season, it feels like you guys have been kind of impacted by injuries more so than the last two seasons. How has the season been different just on the wear and tear of specifically your body and just the whole team?
I mean, just like you said, just injuries that have been, you can't predict. We have a smaller roster, but, I think it's worked for us in a certain sense in terms of having, continuous guys playing continuous minutes, which I like doing. So, like I said, it's just unfortunate to have these injuries and usually guys that are always in the lineup and reliable and healthy. But, yeah, we just got to focus on what's ahead and the guys that are present.
Could it be the impact of the last two seasons?
Mm-hmm.
You guys played so many games. I know this season's a little different, but last year, most games ever. Could that be the impact of just, like, coming to a head?
Yeah, definitely it could be. Obviously, you're successful the more games you have, so that could be an impact. But I think I don't think we would trade it for being healthy, because those were 2 successful years and we got to lift some trophies.
You guys are without Diego, could be without Willie.
Mm-hmm.
Those two have probably been the most consistent scorers this
Mm-hmm.
season. How do you guys kind of make up for possibly both of those losses in these last final 3 games of the season and find those goals?
Just find a way. At this point in the season, it's just finding a way. Where the guys are there or not there, whoever can step up and make plays, and attacking wise or defensively, just that's what it takes at this point. Every game's going to be tough. Every team's fighting for positioning and to get into the playoffs.
Guys that kind of have found a little bit of momentum playing with those two. How does the rest of the team kind of help him continue that momentum if those two are out?
I just try to give him the ball as much as possible. Obviously, we all know what he can do, his history. So as much as we can, get him the ball, get him in dangerous positions, and hopefully he finds it back in the net.
Thank you.
Darlington, the Crew couldn't score 8 goals in the month of August, but just scored 8 in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be a focus of emphasis, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely good news. Whenever you're scoring goals and creating chances and getting opportunities, it's always great, But now we just got to stop them from going in. Like I said, I always say it's not just the back line, it's the whole team. Defending starts from up top. So just how can we position ourselves better, helping the back line, helping the keeper, and just preventing goals from going in.
Wilfried talks about the story of the season, stories in cycles throughout the course of a season. I feel like you and the team addressed the goal-scoring piece. I also feel like by Saturday, you also addressed the nastiness piece that I think the coach talked about after the Wednesday game. I felt like everyone on the field was in there for the fight.
Yeah, definitely. That's something he always stresses. Obviously, we're a team that likes to be on the ball and play nice soccer, but then we just need that edge. I think he stressed that from the moment he came in. Obviously, we're going to be a good team and attack well, look pretty, but can we have that other edge, the other side of us that makes us hard to play against? So I think that's something we continuously work on, and it's not fully there yet, but it's a work in progress.
Soldier Field has already hosted 2 NFL games. Coach has in the past talked about the quality of the surface there. What do you anticipate for Saturday? And as a team that likes to have the ball, are there adjustments that can be made?
Yeah, definitely. If the pitch isn't going to have the type of grass we're used to, or if it's not going to be a quality pitch, then you have to adjust. You have to be smart about how you play and find a different way to win. Obviously, we want to play on the ground, keep it pretty, and do all that. But like I said, at this point, it's just find a way to win. If we got to go there and play a different type of style to get the win, then we do that.
Most important question of the day is, what's it going to take to get you on the Crew feud?
I don't know. I haven't watched the last one, but I don't know. But the last one I saw was definitely funny and interesting, so maybe soon.
Is Evan Bush one of the funniest guys in the locker room?
When he wants to be, yeah. He's the most serious guy, but when he wants to be, he's one of the funniest.
He is a bit of a fighter, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I've known Bushy since I was 17, so that's how he is. No problem.
When you see a situation like this where it's 6 teams separated by just a few points in the standings, what does it say about, I guess, urgency of every game all year? I mean, when you look back, it's like games in May, games in July. I mean, every one of these really does matter over the course of these 34 games.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like every season you're always looking back and, if we would have won that game or these 2 games here and there, we could have been higher up in the table. I think that just happens every single season. But hopefully we gain some resilience from those games. We found a way to win some of those games, and some of those games we lost, and hopefully we got lessons from them. So last 3 games will definitely be interesting, but I'm confident in the team that we'll pull it out.
And I know every team wants to win every game, but I think you expect Chicago in this situation to be especially back against the wall.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the good thing about this league. I don't think there's any easy game. Obviously, if you start well, you get a big lead, it could be easy. I mean, you saw in Atlanta we had, I think, what was it, 4-goal lead or 5-goal lead, whatever it was, and they made it interesting. We made it interesting. So, yeah, no game's ever easy, no matter what's going on with the opponent.